Hello everyone and happy Tuesday. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Bree and right now I think I want to start out with a reading update because it's been almost a week since the last video I filmed and unfortunately I have not made a huge amount of progress since then. I had a very nice weekend doing things other than reading though. I was spending time with some of my family that I haven't seen in a while, and it was just a really good time, and I slept a lot too, which, always great. So, firstly, I'm still reading Moby Dick. Will be reading it through the end of next month because I tabbed it out to read a certain amount of pages every day for January through March. I was supposed to do it January through April, but I messed up when I was doing the tabs. I was much too far along in the process when I realized I had messed up to start over, so it's fine. It's still not very many pages a day. I got really behind on this over the weekend because, as I said, I was doing a lot of sleeping and hanging out with people and not reading. I didn't pick this up at all. I think I got 4 days behind because, let's see, the last day I would have read would have been the night of the 5th. Today is the 10th. I didn't read last night because I got home from work and I was exhausted. So, here we are. I did catch up a little bit at work today on my break, but I have a little bit more catching up to do tonight before I am fully caught up. I don't like having to read large chunks of this at a time because I think I mentioned this in my last video. I'm having a little bit of a hard time with this. It isn't the easiest book to read. I'm not hating it though. It's interesting. It's just the way that it's written. Yeah. I wanted to get all the way caught up at work today on my break, but it was actually kind of making me fall asleep in my desk chair, which we don't want that. We don't want that. Anyway, I'll be catching up with that one later tonight, and the other book that I am still in the middle of is The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein by Kirsten White. I am still loving this. Silly me was kind of like, oh, this isn't a very long book. It's only going to take me a couple of days to get through. So yes, it is a pretty short book. I mean, it's not very thick, but it is, I wouldn't call it an easy read. It's not an easy, quick read, even though it's not very long. The way that Kirsten White writes, I mean, the font is small, there's not huge spaces, and just the writing style is not one that you can just blow through and skim. It's pretty, what is the word I want? This is super fascinating. As I said in my last video, this is a retelling of Frankenstein from the point of view of Elizabeth Lavenza, which is super interesting because in the actual Frankenstein book, we don't hear much from Elizabeth. If I'm being honest, we don't hear much from anybody but Frankenstein and the creature, right? Yeah, Elizabeth is a very off to the side character. She shows up a little bit in the beginning and the end, but I mean, if you know, you know. Seeing the story told from her point of view is really interesting, and I am absolutely loving it. I'm not quite halfway through. I might be a third of the way through. So I'm not getting through this very quickly, but it's also because it's so good that I want to savor it. I don't want to just blow through it. I want to enjoy my time with this. So yes, I will be reading some of both of these tonight. I will be getting caught up with Moby Dick and reading as much as I can of Elizabeth Frankenstein. And yep, I might update later. We will find out. Hopefully I can get a good amount of reading done tonight because it's been a few days since I did that. Hello everyone. As you can see, we have some book mail to unbox. I got both of my book boxes in over the past few days, and it's really funny, this month I can't actually remember what I picked for either one of these, so let's find out together, shall we? Okay, so Aardvark first. Oh yeah. Okay, we have Tradwife by Saratoga Schaefer. I had never heard of this one before. I saw it come out on the Book of the Month picks for February. And I'm gonna be honest, it didn't catch my eye all that much right away. However, it was the only horror pick, and I am a huge horror fan, so down to check it out. I also picked the thriller, or one of the thrillers that was offered this month, Adrift by Will Dean. This cover really called out to me, and the story itself sounds really cool. It's about a family, like two aspiring writers and their son, who move like to an isolated canal boat. It doesn't give us much more than that, so we're gonna find out. Oh, and Tradwife also apparently has Rosemary's Baby vibes, so cool. And we have our cool little bookmarks this month. Now, a book of the month. I didn't realize I got so many books in this one. Okay. The Natural Way of Things by Charlotte Wood. I want to say this was in the offset. It says it on the back of the cover. Perfect. The offset. They have like a new collection of books that they don't. I don't know if it's like they think the general public wouldn't really be into it, and only certain people would. But this cover really called out to me. This one is about a group of women who awaken from a drugged sleep to find themselves imprisoned in a broken down property in the middle of the desert. And it sounded very interesting, and I liked the cover with the horse. Next, we have All Quiet on the Western Front, which is from their new Centennial editions. So this book came out in 1929. I've never read it. The cover, I mean, just look how gorgeous this is. I read what it was about. It's about, I want to say, a German soldier from World War I. I'm not usually super into war novels, but I've heard really good things about this one. And finally, we have The River is Waiting by Wally Lamb. This one was a pick from a couple of months ago. I think it was in 2025. And I didn't get it at the time because the vibes were off. I wasn't really ready for like a sad emotional story at the moment. However, I have read I Know This Much Is True by Wally Lamb back in like 2019 or something, and it was fantastic and like heartbreaking and really, really good. I really liked it. I can't really say that I enjoyed it because it was highly upsetting. So I almost expect this one to be similar, but I know that it was brilliant, and so this one will probably be similar in that aspect too, with any luck. All of my book box picks for February. I don't know if I will actually be reading any of them this month. I have a TBR going already, so we will see. If I do, I feel like it's gonna be Tradwife because I'm very curious. Bonus content. I also got some new nail polish from Mooncat. Let's see what we have here. I got a base coat, always necessary. Dragon scales. Oh yeah, this one is I don't know how well you can actually see it in the little circle there. It's like a flaky, really color shifty. I want to say like orangey to green type of deal. And Shattered Glass. Ooh, this one I'm so excited about. It's like a really color shifty, iridescent, almost silvery, but it's got a bunch of blue and pink and purple in there that I can see. That one's gonna be gorgeous. I'm actually waiting on an order from Hollow Taco right now because I got a really pretty pink that I want to wear for Valentine's Day. I think those are coming in tomorrow. And yeah, I've never tried Hollow Taco, so we are going to find out what that is like and if I like them as much as Mooncat, because I started using Mooncat a few months ago after being influenced by Instagram ads, and then I bought some to try it out, and I don't use anything else anymore. I literally will not use any other brand, but we're branching out. We're going to try Hello Taco, and I'm excited about it. Now we get to find a spot for all of these. That's going to be fun. Okay, here is the polish I have on right now. It is Claire de Lune from Mooncat. It's like a mauve purple magnetic, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And here are the two Hollow Taco shades I just bought. We've got like a real pinky vibrant pink over here and a very shimmery light pink over here. I'm probably going to go with the darker one for Valentine's Day, and then I might wear this one next week. So I finished The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein last night, and I wanted to share some of my final thoughts. I did already post my review of it on Instagram, so if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen most of my thoughts. However, I'm going to share them here too. I really, really liked this. I love Kirsten White's writing. It actually reads a little bit like you are reading a classic novel. I mean, because it was modeled after Frankenstein, and we're following a lot of the same characters. And it is set back in that same time, so she writes the way the characters would have spoken as well. So this, going into it, I think I thought it was going to be more of a tighter retelling, but the way I would describe it is almost more of a reimagining. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I think that I just had my own ideas set up in my head of maybe what was going to happen in this, and it's not what happened. However, overall, I really did love this. I loved getting Elizabeth's point of view and just getting to hear more about her character in general. The one thing that I had a bit of a hard time with is that I didn't feel like I got super connected to any of the characters in this one, unfortunately. I I found myself not really caring what happened to them even closer to the end. I mean, I got a little bit invested in the story, but like I don't know, the characters, I wasn't super invested in any of the characters. However, overall, I really did enjoy this. I love the idea that Kirsten White has. I love these books that Kirsten White writes where she takes like a very male-centered classic novel and tells it from the point of view of one of the female characters. I love that so much. I'm a huge fan. If she does another one of these, I 100% will read it. I am still chugging away at Moby Dick. Besides that, I have not read my pages yet for today. I'm probably going to do that before bed because it does tend to get me in a sleepy mood. I also started Howl's Moving Castle on audiobook, which is very, very nice. I really like the audiobook narrator, and it's just so cozy. I love the story, even though I haven't read the book in a long time. I have seen the movie a million times. I read the book years ago before I ever saw the movie, and I remember it being a lot different, so I'm excited to be reminded of what those differences are. Anyway, I have had a very strange day. I've had one of those eyeball headaches that like mess with the nerves in your head a little bit and you feel it in a lot of different places all day. I finally was just able to take some meds for it, and I might lie down with one of those silly, like gel wraps that you pull around your whole head and they look ridiculous, but they feel so good for headaches. And I'll make dinner at some point. That is going to be my night. Hello everyone, I am jumping on to end the little vlog I've been making over the past week or so. I was kind of doing a Valentine's week vlog, and then it led into the long weekend, and I didn't do a ton of filming over the weekend, but I have some little snippets in there of the weekend for you guys to see. Today is Tuesday the 17th, and I'm honestly probably going to start another reading vlog right as soon as I'm done with this one here, so I can show off my Golden Girls t-shirt a little bit more. I have not made any progress since the last time I updated about Moby Dick because I had my boyfriend over the weekend. He stayed with me for Valentine's Day and the long weekend, and I did not read anything. So I'm 4 days behind on that right now. So I have more catching up to do, which I have been doing just about every weekend, which is super fun. I also am listening to Howl's Moving Castle on audiobook. I don't remember if I've actually talked about that yet. I haven't gotten super far into it yet, but that is a reread for me, and I am thoroughly enjoying it because I love the story. I also started Tradwife today. I got it in my February Aardvark box, and it felt right for the next read. I am not going to talk about that just yet because I think that would be more fitting in this week's vlog rather than last week because I just started it today. So anyway, I hope that you guys had a fun time with my first little experimental reading vlog, reading/life vlog, I suppose. I hope you guys had a good time, and I'll see you very soon.